Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the individual speakers, commentators, guests, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the network broadcaster channel and/or program's policy or the views held by this network broadcaster channel or program. The network broadcaster channel or program cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Hello. Welcome back, Fem Talkers. Fem Talk Nation, we love you, and we are back for another Tuesday evening of Fem Talk. So we're going to bring in the ladies of Fem Talk. We have Dr. Melissa Simmons.
Hey, Fem Talk Nation. What's up? Yes.
And we have Shima Shishi Talks.
Hello, Fem Talkers.
Yes. So, as you all know out there, it is still Women's History Month, and we are celebrating some amazing women in business tonight. Yes.
Woo.
So, Dr. Melissa, who would you like to start with on the list of amazing women that we have?
Oh, man, we're going to go right into the list?
Yes. Let's go into the list. Just one, and we're going to switch it up a little bit tonight.
Switch it up a little bit. Ooh, you caught me off guard. Okay, got to be honest. I'm going to start with a familiar face and name. I'm going to go with Beyonce and her mom, Tina Knowles.
How did we know? Oh.
We're going to start there because obviously we know them for the phenomenal singing and entertainment she gives us, but they just recently launched their new hair product line, which is called Sacred. And it is specifically for Black women of color, that really works with our natural coils and curls of our hair. And as a actual, I'll just say, my adult children have used their products and they now swear by it. I mean, swear by it, which is a, kind of quite amazing feat, because I know the texture of my children's hair, including my son and daughter. And a lot of things don't always promote their hair, their hair coils, the softness, give them the natural curls, when washed, and those kind of products that gives elongation to, their natural hair. So that product is really doing quite well now. Obviously, the name doesn't hurt, but the actual use of the product and the quality of the products are quite, amazing according to the people that use it. And I think that's usually the test of something really being good, when people out there say, you know what, it's just not a name, but in using it, it actually helped. And actually, in one instance, it started helping new hair growth. One of my, children was losing some of their hair, and they started kind of religiously using the products and saw new hair growth and just a new quality to their hair. So there you go.
No, okay. So now I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yes,
Sacred, and see if it'll support some coils.
Some coils, and that is a problem, when we do our hair. And I usually do my hair, and I have a lot of knotting and a lot of breakage when I usually do my hair, take it out, that kind of stuff. And looking for things that will keep my hair soft, promote hair growth, has been a issue of mine for a while. So I may even try to, start using some of their products too.
Yeah, if your children are swearing by it, then Why not try it?
Why
Right?
not try it, right? Why not try it?
Absolutely. So take us into the next part of the show.
Yes. Y'all ready for some hot?
Ah,
Always ready
Some
for
of the heat. Let's do some heat now.
oh, so believe.
Okay, so I was waiting for our hot topic, but it ain't coming on. So I know y'all are, you know me and my sports. I always have some sport angle to the hot topics,
Oh
but
Lord, here
it
she
is
goes.
March Madness for
It
women
is.
and men. Yay, come on.
Yes.
Everybody knows about March Madness. Yes.
Can I interject for one moment?
Yes, go
The
ahead.
women, the college girls are ballers. I
They
am
are
loving
balling.
March Madness. I'm loving March Madness. I'm having so much
Mhm.
fun with
So much
March Madness.
fun. It is
Hmm.
something to watch and behold.
Yeah,
I think, I don't know, maybe I'm just, I'm a little bit of favoritism, but the women are balling.
they are
You know, when
balling.
the men say the women are balling, the women are balling.
They are.
They are doing their thing. But we had
Yeah.
some devastating news last night.
Mm. Choo, choo.
One of the elite players,
Yeah.
Juju Watkins,
Juju.
unfortunately, at the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
she unfortunately had a season-ending ACL tour last night.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
sad.
she is going into surgery, and normally the ACL um, injuries keeps you out for close to a year.
Hmm.
I mean, and the crazy thing is, my son and I and Lamont, we went to a March Madness game last night. We saw Maryland and Alabama play. It was one of the best games of the season. I mean, March, it was totally, I get March Madness. Why
Yeah.
they talking about it?
Yeah.
It was crazy. They were down by 17 points in the third quarter. Maryland. I don't know how they came back, but they did. They
Hmm.
tied the game, and they went into double overtime. And it went down to the last shot. It was a phenomenal game. The screaming, the yelling. I barely had a voice this morning. It was madness. It was
Yeah.
really madness. I get
Yeah.
it. Those women, when you say balling, they are balling. They
They
are
are balling.
playing. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal. But one of the things we were talking about, me and my son, was we love some of these women players. And he said, my favorite is Juju. I said, mine's too. He said, I love her. I love her attitude. He said she reminds him of himself. She's
Hmm.
like kind of soft spoken, all doesn't like the limelight, but when she gets on the court, watch out. It's
Yeah.
all game.
Yeah.
And it was really rough to hear that she went through that. My prayers are up for her. I'm hoping for a speedy recovery, but I'm hoping for her state of mind.
Yeah.
She is legit one of the premier players, if not the number one right now. She is close to it's either 1, 2, or 3, depending
Yeah.
on who you see out there.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine. And they really had a shot. They still do. Everything, you never can, take anybody out. So Southern California University, they still have a shot, but it was Juju that they was expecting to kind of take him home
Yeah.
and really give him a national championship. But it's kind of not as as they call it, the odds are not as high any longer.
Yeah.
They are in the Sweet 16. Kudos to the team. They rallied back after she left the game, and they won it significantly. So they still can do something. But
Yeah, sure can.
yeah,
And
Sometimes
these
when
games,
things happen, people they invoke some other energy that
yes,
really
mhm,
makes them feel like we really got to win this because we lost our best. Even if they don't consider our best player, we lost somebody that was our team. So
mhm.
they may, you never know. Like you said, they pulled it out yesterday.
they
Depending
could
on
pull it
what
out
they
again.
want.
Yeah, because the attitude may be we have to do it for
We
her,
do
right?
it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
can do this for her.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they do that. And the thing about it is not that they're not talented. Obviously, they are. They blew the team out last night.
Right.
They're all freshmen.
Mm.
These are freshmen, and people believe as a freshman you don't have the experience for the moment.
Mm.
That's usually what people say. But like you said, who knows? Who knows? That's why it's madness.
Yeah.
Just who you think, there's a lot of high seeds that are not in it right now. St.
Right.
John's lost, you don't know. This one game, you don't know who's on, who's off. You don't know how these, you shoot the basketball, you don't know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Who knows?
Not entirely, but the games were surprising too, right? The point differences in these games, like some of these teams are getting crushed by the others in this first round, right?
30 and 40 points, right?
And that's supposed to
30
be crushed.
something points, 40 points. I mean, it's been madness, but exciting at the same time. But I wanted to also shout out, because I have to, right? I went to those games on Saturday, the MEAC and SWAC tournaments. That was the Black institutional college games, right? So I wanted to shout them out as well, because they came in and did their thing too. And there were some surprises in there. My school, Norfolk State University, got crushed, but it's okay. They are also we're in March Madness as well. So the fact that they made it right to both competitions, kudos to them, the men and the women for that matter. So kudos to them. But I just wanted to mention that because that's happening the same time as March Madness.
Right. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Madness, the madness.
Yes.
What I like I've seen late, what they do because it's March Madness. They have all these documentaries that talk about past players, and they were doing one on the WNBA, and they talked about the original. I mean, like when they first launched the WNBA, and they were showing Lisa Lopes, they were showing, oh my God, Cheryl Swoops. I haven't seen her in forever. They're showing them now, and they're talking about how well these college girls are playing out there and how they felt when they were in those positions. So I like when they do that periodically, but you're gonna see it now. So I was watching that yesterday. It was really, I was just excited to see all the older ladies. I was like, oh my God, look at them. Lisa Leslie just still looks the same.
She's fabulous.
And still as passionate about the game as ever. I was like, wow, it was just good to see. It was really, really good to see.
Yeah. And it's something when they can, they feel like, okay, we've paved the way, right? For these young ladies to come behind us and be able to play nationally, right? Absolutely. And be recognized. And, as time goes on, which we've always talked about this, right? Like things are changing for the WNBA now, and they're getting a lot more recognition. So it's exciting to see what players are going to come out of college and join the WNBA.
Yeah. That's one of our hot topics. I got a couple others. Next one. If you follow Jennifer Lewis, she always comes out with songs that she creates herself, and they talk. It's usually current affairs. Her newest one is "Sick of This Sugar Honey Iced Tea." You gotta take a listen. It is, as you can imagine, hysterical, but she's right. She says, we are sick of this sugar honey iced tea. All of the goings on, she says, I don't want to hear it. But you have to listen to the song. She has a way of putting these things together.
I tell you.
That makes you laugh, but makes you think. You know what I'm saying? It is well said.
What it is.
Yes. Kudos to her again for another top song for us to listen to and to contemplate. Have y'all heard the other one she did?
I haven't.
You gotta check.
Was she singing it with Angie Stone?
I think one of them she was. I think one of them she was. You have to hear. I mean, she makes them up on. She's at her piano, and it's usually on a current. Like it could be on politics. It could be about voting. But she
Yes.
You have to listen to it to understand what I'm talking about. But this one, sick of the sugar honey iced tea, is hysterical. But true, but very true.
Love it.
But very
Yeah,
true.
gotta go back and listen.
Got to go back and listen. Another hot topic. Back a little bit. Basketball. We're gonna put some God in there though. Another top recruit about to be, I'm sure,
Page. Oh, it looks
drafted
like
top 10 for the years. Paige Burkers, known as Paige Buckets. She was warming up to a gospel song, and it went viral.
Right.
It went viral. It is actually Marvin Sapp's "Praise Him in Advance."
Yeah.
Girl knows every lyric to it.
Mm.
She was into it. It was something to see, but it was inspiring to see.
Mm.
Because you usually, you go to those games and they're usually pumping some rap song or whatever. And she was like, "Nah, I need to hear Praise Him in Advance." So,
amen to that.
amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
But last but not least, we got our own Denzel Washington out there.
Yes.
He is also with Jake Gyllenhaal. They have on Broadway the Othello, Shakespeare's Othello. And it has broke box office records. Can you imagine?
Yes.
It's out there.
2.8 million, huh?
Records. Right. 2.8 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I saw it on the news yesterday, I think. And, he is eloquent and as humble as he's usually is in interviews. He was just like, it was minimal amount of words. He was just like, we love what we're doing.
Right.
He was like, and he was like, you got to be careful with recreating or repositioning everything. Repositioning Shakespeare's words. And he was like, so we try to make sure that we did it well. $2.8 million. Well, you did it.
Look, it's Denzel. Yeah. I don't expect anything less from Denzel. And Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, these are some of the two top actors.
Yeah, for sure. And not new to Broadway either. So yeah, and you would think that, and I know what he's saying about bringing back Shakespeare. However, you see how well Hamlet did, right?
Yeah.
For Hamilton, right?
Right.
How well that did. And that was a play on that. So just for Othello to come out and do what it's doing with two premier actors at the helm.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. And look, and it is Jake Gyllenhaal and Denzel Washington. So, the people are coming out. I mean, actors Coleman Domingo, Angela Bassett, your girl, Angela Bassett, Samuel L. Jackson, Candy Burgess, and former President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. They all have attended this Broadway play. So it is not for, it's for us, but it's for, the people are coming out. They are coming out to watch.
Great following there.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. That's the hot topics for tonight, ladies.
All right. Well, I do believe we have a question, don't we?
I get excited with the music.
Right.
Ask Fem Talk. I love Ask Fem Talk.
So I like this one. This one kind of is what we kind of talking about.
Okay.
You gonna read it?
Go
ahead.
I am trying to get my boss to trust me more with big projects, but he thinks I'm too young and can't handle it now. How do I convince him that I can handle it? No, you don't like that. Young. You're too young in business. Nobody wants to hear that.
I'll answer this in an experiential way. Some of you may or may not know, but my son my middle son started working for us this summer, well, last summer. I was excited for him to come on board. Didn't quite know. I knew he was good. I knew he could do, he could do a good job. Handle a full project, I don't think, I kind of wanted him to just kind of work behind me for a while. And he kind of jumped out there, surprisingly. Like we was in a meeting, like one of the first few meetings we had together, and we was with a client, and they asked a question, and he jumped out and answered the question. I was actually kind of shocked that he had the complete right answer because it was a little technical, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know he knew that."
Surprise
and
you.
yeah, and then again, we went to another meeting, and he kind of knew the answer there too, and he showed me by doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he showed me by doing it. I don't think he would have jumped out and made those, answered those questions unless he knew the answer. We were in front of clients, the head of the corporations. It wasn't just, some of the management. We were with the top person, the CEO. So he wouldn't answer it without knowing it. He didn't ask me if, can I answer some questions? He just kind of came out with it. It showed his, his chops, his confidence, his leadership. Then a project came about, a very big one. We were both doing it together, but he was showing up. He was more the person on site. I kind of set it up where he would liaison with me, and then I would take the lead. And at first, that's how it was going. But the more he was there, the more the people gained confidence in him. And so much so, he started doing his own meetings, his own backup meetings. People started trusting him more. And I am like second in command there. He is first in command on that job and has done a great job. So I think you proved them wrong.
Yeah.
You confidently go out there and you figure it out. Don't embarrass yourself. Know when to make a call. He calls me when he doesn't know the answer.
Absolutely.
He's quick to, okay, I got this situation. He knows when to bring me in, which I appreciate. Nothing has blown up because he calls me when things are happening. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have to know your boundaries. You have to know what your capacity in that role. But I trust him.
Yeah.
You definitely pinpointed two things that was running through my mind when I read the question. It all depending on the industry, because we don't know exactly where this person is working. I think you have two options. You could gamble with it. You can bargain with your boss. You can make a proposition. Listen, give me one of them. One it could be not the biggest or not the smallest, but something of pertinence, and let me show you. And if I don't perform to that, to the level that's needed, then I'll continue to train and wait until there's another opportunity. Or you can step out and, like she said, take advantage of the situation, the opportunity, and show your skills. Part of that, now, it has nothing to do with age, but what you also need to understand when you're doing that is you are also going to take accountability. So you want to perform to the best. If it does not pan out, accept that. Be able to move forward in that position, knowing that I got to be better next time. I got to be accountable this time, and it may take a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's good.
It sounds like this is a project-based role, right? Just based on the question. So I'm making some assumptions here, right? But if you're in a place where you're not completely prepared, maybe you asked to be the second on the project, right? To get to know how things operate. And this just depends on where this person is in their process with this particular job, right? But if it's early on, and you've never been given any projects, and you may not be in a position to take them on, or at least that's what you're saying. Your boss feels that there may be a difference in opinion there, but maybe you ask to be the second so that you can learn as much as you can on the first project that you take on with a important role. Maybe it's not the lead, but with an important role, because you can do exactly what Dr. Melissa said. As you learn more as the second, then you can start to take the lead. As long as you have the same type of relationship with the lead person, where they start to trust what you're doing, be okay with being the second and then start to take more of a leadership role as you continue to learn and grow and get more experience in the project.
Absolutely.
The other thing I wanted to say there, and this just takes me back to when I first started in private equity, I can remember doing the same thing as this person, asking for more. And I actually had a woman that I worked with advocating for me, another woman advocating for me. And she said to one of the division managers, she's like, I'm telling you, she can handle it. So what he did to test me, and I knew this was a test, he sent me a list of questions that I needed to go through and send him back answers in order for him to know that I understood what was happening, because I was asking for my own funds, if you will, right? To manage my own funds. And it was funds that I wasn't used to before. They were a different part of the private equity and banking division. But I went through all of those questions where I didn't know. I did research, asked questions. When I went back to him with the answers, he's like, okay, she really does know what she's doing. And I got the funds, right? But sometimes it takes some research. Sometimes it takes you being tested a little bit, right? So be prepared to be tested so that you can, actually take the lead in some role.
Yeah, I like both of those. Prepared to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying is, prep yourself. I think putting in the time to learn is so key. And I like what you said, Shima. Say you don't hit the mark. Say you thought more of the job. You thought you could do it, but the job was more than it was, right? A lot bigger. Some of the nuances in it was you just wasn't ready for it, right? Being able to accept, okay, I missed it, but I think that's an opportunity to kind of to learn it now, and then when time comes, ask for the another opportunity. Don't be discouraged and or defeatist in that. Okay, I tried it, I can't go back, and be respectful that they gave you the shot, but you kind of missed it, and see what needs to be done. Hopefully it's not a big mistake, or it wasn't a lot missed. I would try to be active and, okay, what did I miss? What should I have done? And be a student. I think people appreciate when you're a student in situations like that. Sometimes it could be, I just want to be in charge, but everybody's not ready for leadership.
Exactly. And you know what, too? Like, don't be afraid to do an assessment. Like, where in that example that Shima mentioned, where you've gone wrong, don't be afraid to go to your manager and do an assessment of, okay, where did I go wrong? How can I do things differently? Right? So that you can learn and grow. Because if you just sit and stew on what you've done wrong and you're not actually doing the work to figure out where you went wrong, right? Regardless if it's, and I'm going to say this, if it's the actual work itself or if it's mindset and attitude, right? Because it all plays a part in, how you take on a leadership role. But do an assessment. An assessment.
And when you get ready to step back out there for the next one, if you didn't, even if you do a personal assessment, when you get ready to step back out there, be able to say, because you may be going straight back to your same boss, okay, when I took this opportunity the first time, be able to tell them what you actually did that didn't work, but this is what I'm going to do that will work. It's almost like that 30, 60, 90-day evaluation we do for ourselves, or we provide to our new bosses when we start a new job. Do it. I know it's at this point, in a lot of businesses, people say, people don't do that anymore. Well, do it for yourself. Do a personal assessment. And then take that assessment with you as proof that you've learned and that you've mastered a different level at this. And now I'm asking for another opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think, that comes with the respect of your boss. Okay. You know,
Absolutely.
and be, like I said, be a student. Be willing to say, "Can you let me sit in on how you do it."
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, it goes a long way showing that you
Yeah.
want to learn from your boss. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
It
and
does.
and again, that comes with attitude, being humble. You know, again, being a student. You know, being in a position to receive. Sometimes, because of age, because there's this confidence in Gen Z, but sometimes it's a little bit inflated. So being able to be humbled and be in a position to receive, I think
Absolutely.
goes a long way with them
Absolutely.
trusting you the next time. And last but
Absolutely.
not least, a little word to the boss: give a shot.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think because
Yeah.
what that question was about, I'm too young. And I
Yeah.
think sometimes we don't, we're in a
Mhm.
position that we know everything and
Mhm.
we're older and, learn from me, kind of becomes this thing. But I
Yeah.
think it goes well to give people a shot to be able to
Right.
do that. Show people that you trust them. So what?
Mhm.
Give them give them a project or a situation where if they make a mistake, it's not going to hurt the business,
Mhm.
Right.
but it will allow them to learn. Give people the
Mhm.
opportunity. I
Yeah.
think I
Well,
think sometimes we don't give enough opportunity out there, and we're too critical of Gen Z.
Yeah.
You know, and I was watching. It was at I love HGTV, and I was watching a show, and the owner of the business he wants to create legacy, and he wants his son to learn. But he was like, but I don't get their attitude. Like he doesn't have the attitude he thinks to take over the business, but it
Mhm.
really is a generational thing as you
right.
watch it.
That's right.
He's like, he thinks I'm supposed to be here, but he wants me to get all rah rah,
Mhm.
and I am learning, but he doesn't believe that I'm learning. He doesn't
Mhm.
believe in
That's
me. And
mhm.
at one point, there was like how he addressed his son was like kind of rough, and the son, who is an adult, said, "Give
Mhm.
me a minute," and walked away because he was hurt.
Get together.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
got hurt because he was too rough,
Yeah.
and he kind of realized that, and he went to him and said, "I'm sorry. I want this so bad for you that
Mhm.
I may have gone too far." And I think, to the boss, you kind of have to give some grace and a little bit
Absolutely.
of trust to those that are learning behind you.
Yeah. And there could be so much to be said that we're going to take a quick commercial break, but I just wanted to say quickly, right? We have to recognize, right, that generationally, right, we're in different places.
Absolutely.
And, the way that, the new generation responds, right, how they take action, it looks completely different from what we've done in
Completely,
the past. So you have to have
completely.
some patience and some grace there, and try to understand how they operate versus trying to put the old ways, the old views on them, because it's just not how the world is operating right now. So
Right.
I
Right.
That's
wanted to
right.
say that too. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, everybody. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Let's bring the ladies back in. Here we go. All right.
Yes.
Hello, hello. All right.
Ooh.
Into the topic of the night. Give some more women in business that are doing some amazing things out here.
I tell you, it was actually, and I did a little research in gathering this information, and I learned about women I did not know everything about. I may have known the name, but maybe not the details.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to your favorite next, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Blakely, the
Yeah.
creator and owner of Spanx.
Yes.
Who doesn't love this woman? The
I love
fact that
her.
right, I mean, the fact that she has solved the problem of, we grew up in the day. Well, I was right. after the generation of the girdle that would literally cut your waist up. Your breathing abilities were gone.
What?
I
Somebody
remember
had to
I'm not going
ease
to
you
name
into
no
it.
names. But one of my friends, she believed in a girdle.
Yeah.
And when I would hug her, I was like, what the world do you have on? Like a piece of wood, you know what I'm saying? And then look at this thing.
Lo and behold, here comes
Oh,
Sarah
no.
Blakely. Let's bring her back up there, Sarah
All
Blakely.
right. He said, I came to save the day.
Save the day, the generation, you know,
Yeah.
we can live and breathe and feel good about a nice, you know, nicely fitting, you know, black dress now.
Yeah.
But there's such a beautiful backstory to this. Tracy, tell us about the backstory.
Yeah, I love her story. So listen, she was, en route to be an attorney, right? That's what she wanted to do, but she got low scores on, the preparatory exams for law school, right?
Those
So
LSATs, right?
exactly. So she started working for like Disney, and then she started doing sales, and she came up with the idea of, what, let me see if there's just some comfortable way to have women wear hosiery and not have to wear girdles, right, as Dr. Melissa mentioned. But she did that because when she was in sales, they were required to wear pantyhose, and they weren't comfortable, and she was in Florida and it was hot. So she decided to come up with her own idea. She went to North Carolina, where the hosiery industry was like, very prevalent in North Carolina. And she went basically like door to door to different companies to pitch her idea. And she got turned down until one company called her back because the three daughters of that particular company's management said, you need to hear her out, and they loved the idea, and that's how this came about, and that's how she started getting the funding, but she was the solo person for a while in the beginning of her business that was running everything until she could start to hire people. She went to Oprah and gave her Spanx as gifts at Oprah's show, and then she got Oprah behind her. So she was really
that was her break. I remember the show.
Yeah, that was her big break. It was really smart, really smart. But it took grit, and it took determination, right, and willpower, and she just really put herself out there. And I love her because I love seeing her on social media. I love the backstory, and I even love her spouse because he has that same grit. So when you look at the pair, like the way they do business, it doesn't come from, they weren't given anything. They went out and they got it, right, as best they could. So that's what I love about her. So that's why I wanted to mention Sarah Blakely.
I love it. I love it. And again, the inspiration that it doesn't take. We think there's some, only certain people can start their own business. That, why, like I have an idea, but it's not going to happen for me. It happens for whoever. Right. There's no certain group you got to be a part of to start your own business. So
there's somebody else is already doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But the market is saturated with consumers. And everybody has to service everybody. There is a consumer in every person.
People are looking, I always love this quote that, my pastor told me one time. It is solve somebody's problem, and there's the business. And she solved the problem. Hot, no more girdles. What do we do? It goes the answer. So if you're solving a problem, go out there and do it.
Yeah, I gotta say it the way Dr. Lawrence says it. He says, identify somebody's problem, go out there and get their solution, and bring it back to them.
Right? That's it.
Bring it back.
This is what you need to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The next woman I want to do, her name is Darrell McKissick. Miss Kissick. She's fly. I love her. But this one, she is the CEO, unorthodox. She is the CEO of McKissick and McKissick Leads the nation's oldest African American owned design and construction firm.
Love it.
As a fifth generation builder, meaning this is the fifth generation of this company, she carries forward the legacy of her ancestor Moses McKissack, who was born into slavery and learned the building trade while working as a brick maker. Today, her firm has played a role in over 15 billion worth of projects nationwide, including skylines, skyscrapers, communities, and breaking barriers in the industry that has historically excluded Black professionals, especially Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Give it up for her.
Yes, and I love that she went into an industry that is not typically known for women. Construction is not typically known as a woman's business. So I
Not.
do the doggone thing.
Think about all of her. Think about her ancestors looking down like, this is who took over this business for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
This business for us.
And what really hit me on this one, and I was actually talking about it this weekend. The first Black museum is in Charlotte, South Carolina.
North Carolina?
No.
Charleston,
South Carolina. And one of the most moving things to see is the hands of the brick makers, the slave brick makers. When you see that, they took apart some of the buildings that they had made, and you could see their finger imprints on the brick still. It is such a powerful it's a powerful thing to see. But when she mentioned that was the legacy, that they took something that was meant to just slavery. This is just what you're going to do. This is what we bought you to do. And then took this, made it the skill, and then made it into a business. That to me is like everything there. So even though the you know, it started out nothing good, they took that situation, that skill, and started a whole business with it. So that's what kind of got me with this, is that, you know, from slavery to legacy.
Amen.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, you know what? I want to pull something from your list. I don't know if you guys are ready for it, but she's one of the last ones on the list. And I don't know why every time I see this girl, she makes me smile. Not that, I mean, let alone that she's a great actress, and at this point, producer and director. Just the fact that she has started these businesses. Issa Rae.
Yes.
Oh no.
Not Issa Rae.
Yeah, that's not the one we got though. Okay, hold on. Keep going. Just keep talking.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yes. Miss Issa Rae. She has she started several businesses, and they're all around hospitality and, you know, the restaurant business and things like that. She's from LA, so of course they're all out in that area. She has a company called Hilltop Coffee and Kitchen. There's another one, there's a restaurant, and then there's a lounge called Lost Rooftop Lounge. And that's downtown LA. Yeah. And actually that has 2 locations. So, you know, when we travel, we gotta go.
You gotta go
downtown LA and Somerville. And the other one is called Somerville. It's a swank bar. That's exactly what she calls it. And it's also a lounge. And they're very popular. I mean, of course they would be, because she's out there and she knows exactly where to go and what's fun. So why not create? There she is. That smile is amazing. Why not create something that I know about?
Right.
There's another location. It's a hot spot. It's called View Park Windsor Hills, and also in the South LA area. Everything is in that area. Now, you know, this part is, of course, something that I love and I've tried because it's her. She also launched a Prosecco brand. It's called Via Ray.
I gotta find that one. You know, I love me some Prosecco.
I was looking around for the bottle. I think it might be outside. It's not in the house right now. but I have tried it, and it's pretty good. I do like it.
Okay.
I love the bottle. I love the design of it. But one of the bigger things is she says that her businesses are more than just a place to eat and drink and unwind. She wants them to be cultural landmarks, and to celebrate community connection. I think that's the one of the biggest things that I love about her mindset. It's
Yeah.
not just to make the dollar. It's
Yeah.
not just to have a legacy that is construction or constructural. I don't know if that's a word. I made that up. But not something that's a landmark.
Right.
She wants it to have some kind of
Impact.
heartfelt
Yes.
connection to the world, and her people.
Yeah. When I was, and we talked about featuring Issa Rae last week. And in my head, what we're going to do is talk about her production company, right?
Right.
The fact that she's doing all of these things, I'm like, wait a minute, we got a mogul. She has a business mind. She's able to do not just this. She is, really thinking of what and I talk about this in the journal, my journal, the octopus anointing, right? I'm not going to limit myself to what you want me to do. I'm going to do everything I'm talented to do. That's what it, just really just impressed me about her.
Yeah.
Is she is just not going to do the production or act. Right. I'm going to do whatever I feel like I can do.
And you know what I like? I'm glad that you said the octopus, because what that puts into mind, because everything for me is a picture or a movie. But think about the way an octopus moves its arms. Everything doesn't have to be at this level. It doesn't have to be for this caliber of person. This one. It could be this area. It could be this location.
I love it.
It could be, it's varying. It's still an extension of you and a creation that you want to share with
the
community.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
absolutely.
it. Let's put the one you just put up before Sierra Imani May. Now, if y'all don't like this, we should really connect with this one. He is the founder of Rebundle Co. and the pioneer in science and technology, has created a safe, non-toxic, plant-based alternative to traditional braiding hair. Come on now.
Yes.
Come on now. Her biggest success is bridging the gap between lifestyle, function, safety, and sustainability. I love that.
Now, what's the name of her hair care? What's the name of her hair?
Rebundle.
It's
Rebundle. That's the one I was just looking at.
Yeah, Rebundle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To look at for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And because we're hearing now that a lot of the hair that we have been using has carcinogens in it. Carcinogens in it. And with that in mind, who knows what it may be giving us. And so we are some of the biggest users of this, right?
Absolutely.
And she has gone forth and created a toxic-free alternative for us. So I'm very excited about that.
Made from banana leaves is the main ingredient there. Yeah.
Wow. So you was already looking into it.
I was already, yeah.
Okay. Because I was just reading part of it.
Tracy, go on and get your Rebundle.
Right. So that means you gotta come back and tell us how it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
That's wonderful.
I know we're running short on time. Want to mention Miss Kim Price next. Prince. I should know that name, right? Kim Prince. That's my maiden name. She is the original creator of hot chicken. Come on now.
Now I don't know hot chicken. You say that like we should know.
I know.
It's one of the biggest crazes out there. Hot chicken.
Really?
She's from Nashville. And hot chicken, the craze is, chicken with heat, right?
Yes.
And people are opening up all kinds of stores. But she is the owner and chef of Hotville Chicken. She comes from a family that helped popularize the iconic dish. The Prince family story dates back to the 1930s when
Nice.
Kim's great uncle, Thornton Prince, and his brothers started the hot chicken tradition in Nashville.
Nice.
This eventually led to the creation of the BBQ Hot Chicken Shack in 1936, which was later renamed Prince's Hot Chicken Shack in 1980s. I'm telling you, I mean, what again? I'm seeing everything is hot chicken this, hot chicken that. Everybody knows it comes from Nashville, but who knew it was the Prince family who started it? Wow. And she is just keeping the legacy going. I mean, kudos to her. Yeah. Kudos to what their family has done. My maiden name is Prince, so I probably got some legacy up in here too. But I'm telling you, I mean, again, learning where our ancestors have come from, what they've been doing. And, you know, this family I've never heard of this family until now, but I've heard of hot chicken. Right. So again, Black created, yes, taken, but let's give kudos to who's still in the business with it, which is Miss Kim Prince.
Nice. I love it. That's awesome. Absolutely.
Love it. We want to highlight 3 other entrepreneurs and Black renowned, world renowned women entrepreneurs. First, we have Shima Shishi Stroud. She is the entrepreneur extraordinaire. She doesn't just dabble in one thing. No. She dabbles in many things. If you need beauty accessories, she has that. If you need her to plan events, she does that. If you need a travel expert, she does that. And if you need somebody to help you pull together an extraordinary project, guess what? She's your best project manager you can find. Yes, we have first world-renowned entrepreneur, Black woman, Shima Shishi Stroud, as one of our entrepreneurs that we are highlighting tonight. Yes, let's give her a round of applause. Next up, we have another entrepreneur. We call her Coach Tracy Randolph. Nice. Look at that. She is a model, as you can see there. Just gorgeous. It's who we call our healthcare coach. She will coach you in your health. She will coach you in your food. She will coach you in your well-being. We call her the whole living coach.
That's right.
She is also a financier. She handles billions, not millions, billions of dollars, and will tell you how to use it, how to invest it, and how to create legacy from it. Can we get and as a coach, she also gives life coach and also lets us know how to live and enjoy life as we do.
And let's not forget the media portion. That's why we're here. We got media too, everyone. So
that's right. Let's not forget about Fem Talk and the Home Living Show. Right. She is a media mogul. I'm sorry.
That's right.
She's the creator of Fem Talk. Yes, she is. That is the originator of Fem Talk and owner and operator. Yes, she
Absolutely.
is.
And if you need media for your events, I'm just going to put it out there. See me. Here we go. We've got Dr. Melissa Simmons. Woo! Let me tell you, she is a CFO at its finest.
Absolutely.
She is scaling the globe. I'm saying, the globe in education to make sure that your educational systems are intact, that you are serving those students and those teachers in the manner that you are supposed to, and that you are using the funds in the best and proper way. She will help you get your educational system set up. She is also girl bossed up, a leader in women's leadership. So if you are looking for trainers and coaches for women's leadership, Dr. Melissa Simmons has got you. And I don't think that you all know that she is also, get ready for it, she's a playwright, a script writer, and she will help you to put your plays and performances together. So let's give it up for Dr. Melissa Simmons.
Woo, woo,
Woo,
woo,
woo,
woo,
woo. All right, everyone. We love you out there. Celebrate the women in business, those women out there who are making a difference. Celebrate them. And just recognize the women in your life who are doing things that are absolutely amazing. We will see you right here next week on the Whole Living Show. Take care.
This is Fem Talk.
Oh, sorry, Fem Talk, wrong show.
Wrong show.
Tomorrow night.
So many shows.